Hello and welcome to another yoga studio. I am Kat. If you haven't joined me on the mat before, and whether you're new or old to the classes online here, welcome. It's lovely to have everybody. So this is our last in the trio of focused core classes. We've done the Pilates, we've done the sort of strength flow based yoga class, and this one is very slow. Some deep stretching, but that doesn't mean to say we can't incorporate some core in there as well. So we're going to start on our back for today. So coming round and just find a comfortable position to lie in. So if that means keeping the knees bent, keep the knees bent, and then your hands can be flopped to the side or resting on that trunk core area. And we'll start to take some breaths in. So noticing the breath as it flows in and out the body. See if you can bring the breath to flow in and out through the nose. And we'll try and slow it down. Breathe fully. So we engage the whole of the lungs, the whole of the rib cage, and by doing so, we're really working then into the diaphragm that sits, that sort of like separates the belly organs, the organs in the stomach, from the lungs and the heart in the rib cage. And when we breathe in, that will expand downwards, and when we breathe out, it will deflate back up. And the diaphragm is one of our core muscles. It sort of sits at the top of towards the top of the rectangle of core muscles in the trunk. And a strong, full breath in is a great way to tone that muscle. And then wherever you are, stretch the feet away from you, stretch the arms back, take a full breath in. Maybe have a little wriggle, a little stretch there, and then bring the knees up in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, and we're going to get a little bit of movement into the hips to help us then with some of the stretching we're going to do in a minute. So we'll draw some circles around with the hips. So you can do it with the hands there, guiding the knees round, or let the hands drop off. Circles just as big as you want. And then circle back the other way. And then release the knees back in towards the chest. We're going to wrap the arms round as tight as we can, so we can hold on to the arms, forearms, maybe the elbows. And then breathe out. Think of the muscles in the belly wrapping inwards, helping you to lift the chest up. We're going to roll the chin in. So we're starting to engage the muscles in the core, in the trunk area, in the belly. So we take a stretch through the back. And then release. Come all the way back down. Have the feet back on the floor. And we'll open the arms out, and we're going to come to some little moving twists. So feet together. Exhale, wrap everything in to support the knees as they roll to the side. Inhale, roll back into the center. And then exhale, roll the other way. Ooh, got a block in the way. Come back into the middle. And then roll back to the right. So we're just thinking of the movement coming from the abdominal area, pulling the knees up, supporting them as they roll away, and then pulling back in again. One more to the left. And then come back into the middle. Let the knees fall apart so we come into a reclined butterfly pose. Support the knees with cushions or blocks if you want. And we're going to let the tops of the thighs open out. So this is where we come in to a little bit of a core hold then now. So we're going to engage the muscles in the abdominal area as we just let the knees fall away. So bring the hands together. They can come to prayer or even Kali Mudra, where we have the first finger pointing out. And then exhale, wrap the belly in to push the lower back into the floor, and we're going to try and lift the chest up, chin towards the chest. If you want to take the hands round or one hand round to support the head, by all means do. So we're pressing the lower back into the floor and using the core to support the upper back. So we're creating that rounding shape with the back that we've just had there as we held the knees in towards us, while we also work on stretching through those inner thighs. And then release, come all the way back down. See if you can just let the knees relax and flop a little bit further open now. That engagement in the upper body has released off. And then we'll bring the knees together. Have them so they're a little way in front of the hips. And then we'll roll in and out of a bridge pose. So exhale, turn the tailbone up using the pelvic floor. So drawing in, we're not with the pelvic floor towards the back of the ribs. And the muscles in the glutes. And then the muscles in the belly to roll us up. Breathe in. Those muscles on the belly are then going to stretch. And then we'll breathe out. And as we round back down through the spine, we can engage the core muscles in the belly again, whilst the glutes slow and the pelvic floor slowly switch off as we lower closer back towards the floor. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Roll up. And as we come to that open position, we've actually got the muscles in the back of the body engaging. And then roll all the way back down. So core on the front and at the bottom of our core rectangle. And then as we come up higher, core muscles in the back working. And then roll all the way back down. Good. Come round then onto your side. And support the head. Now you can either just let it rest on the arm, or we can lift it up a little bit higher. We're going to find a little bit of a balance here. We've got bottom leg straight or bent. Again, so a little bit, if you bend the knee a little bit, it'll help with the balance. And then as you breathe out, pull the top leg up, open the knee towards the ceiling, as if you were coming into a tree pose. Now we can stay here and try and hold the balance there, or as you exhale, start to extend the leg and then hold on wherever you feel good. So coming into our Vishnu pose. So we've got the core engaging, wrapping in again to give us that little bit of support for the balance while we take a big stretch, working through the hips and the back of the leg. And one hip, top lip. Breathe there. And then roll all the way around onto your back. See if you can keep that top leg pointing up towards the ceiling. And we'll do the same thing. So keep it straight as best you can. Hold around the back of the leg, or if you want to hold higher, we can do. And then you've got the option of bending the left knee here if that feels good. Right knee, sorry, if that feels good. Whichever one is resting on the floor. And then exhale. Draw inwards again. Press the lower back into the floor. We're going to roll the rib cage up, the head up. Stretching the right arm away. If you want to support the head with 1 or 2 hands, you can. Or we can use that hand to try and get a little bit more stretch. So again, we've got the core working, but we've still got a nice big deep stretch going through the hamstrings. Okay, release it all off. Roll back down. Release the leg down. Take a full body stretch. Maybe noticing a little difference between the 2 sides, and then sweep the arms round. Bend the knees. And we'll just take an easy twist. So don't worry about using the core now. Just let the knees windscreen wipe as far as they want to go. One side to the other, releasing everything off. And then we're going to take that side balance round onto the other side. So just roll straight round then. So you've got the other leg on top. I'm actually going to spin myself round to the other end of the mat so that you don't have to stare at the back of me for too long. And then decide where you want the head. Again, option to bend the bottom knee for a little bit more help with the balance. Wrap in, pull the top leg in, placing the toes on the inner thighs. We should have the other leg on top. And then as you exhale, if you want, we'll start to extend the leg up and just see where you want to hold on to. Trying to keep the hips and the shoulders stacked. So a little awareness of the muscles in that trunk to help us with the balance. While again, we've got that big opening through the back of the leg and we're having to open through the hip as that leg extends. So just holding and breathing. No rush. And then let the leg come all the way down to help you roll back round onto your back. So I'm just going to spin round just to avoid any confusion. And then stretch keep that leg stretched up. Remember, you can hold on wherever you want. Put a little bend in that left knee if that feels better. And then exhale. Press the lower back into the floor to engage the core muscles to help us lift the rib cage up. Support the head if you prefer. Left hand's going to reach down towards the knees. Keep breathing. Maybe you can get the chest and the leg just a little bit closer so the core has to work a little harder. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then slowly release back as you bend the knee. We'll take a full body stretch. And then open the arms round. Have a little roll from side to side again. Little windscreen wipe releasing through that trunk area. And then when you're ready, just roll all the way around onto your back. And let your head rest on your hands. So as you next inhale, lift your chest up. You can keep the arms on the floor, it's fine. Just feel the muscles in the back of the body working to help lift. And then lower down. Inhale. Take yourself up. Try not to use the arms to push. Remember, it's the muscles in the back of the body working. Maybe we even lift the arms up this time so we get to feel where the back muscles are that need to help us lift. And then relax down. So we're going to use those back muscles now to lift us into a Sphinx pose. So inhale, lift up until you can then start to bring the elbows in underneath. And we're going to keep that little bit of activation in the back muscles then now to help us find a nice shape through the spine. So rather than kind of slumping forwards and just letting all the weight come through the arms so that the shoulders come in around the ears. Got that little switch on just enough to create support for the shoulders, for the back. A nice, slow, easy breath here. And then exhale. Take it all the way back. Come to child's pose. And we'll take any version of child's pose that allows the back of the body to be good, feel good. So that might be with the knees a little bit wider. You might want to put a little bit of support from the hands in under your head. Keep the arms in front, or maybe have them round by the feet. Try not to let the whole of the body, back of the body, switch off now. And then slowly round yourself up and bring yourself to an easy, comfortable seat, wherever that might be, and it doesn't have to be with the legs crossed at all. Find a little bit of length up through the spine, so that core area that we've been working and activating through that slow stretch is working to hold us here. Close the eyes. Let the hands just rest palm up or down on the legs, or maybe in your lap if you prefer. Take a few breaths. The eyes closed if you can. We're going to reach both arms up. Bring the palms together, breathe in. And then on the exhale, bring the hands down to your center. Just thank yourself for taking some time and effort to look after the body, look after the mind. And we'll seal our practice time in together with Namaste. So thank you so much for joining me for that slow but core-based stretch. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you can join me again on another day. And I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.